Okay, so the question I'm asked in glass painting more than any other is, which paint should I use? There's lots of different types of glass paint, so we'll briefly go through them and say what they're best for. Not necessarily what they can be used for exclusively, but what they're best for. So to start with, I split them into thick paints and flowing paints, and starting with the thick, these are all thick water-based paint. Now they are all peelable, and you'd mostly use these for doing pipe and peel work where you make sort of window stickers, etc. But they can be used to paint on objects as well, and in fact we're going to have a project around that in a week or two's time. But these are all thick water-based paints, mostly used for doing the peel-offs and for working one place, peeling it off and sticking it somewhere else. In fact, firstly, I hope you can see a video of it happening now, but I have got a piece here left over from Christmas, and you can see this can be peeled off. There we go, and then placed back on again. Now, don't worry, that can be wiped down. You won't put it in a dishwasher, you wouldn't soap wash it, but it can be wiped down with a clean cloth to clean it. So if you put it in windows, etc., or use it on objects, they can still be wiped down and cleaned, although they can't go in a dishwasher. So that's a peelable glass paint. Very useful. Lots of different brands available. If you want a personal recommendation, this really is a personal one. I really like the Gallery Glass. It's very close to the Pebeo, but I prefer the bottle it comes in. I have a bit of a problem with the tops on these. Well-established company, been going a long time. Was remarkably popular at one time, not quite so much now, and can be slightly difficult to get hold of. But Gallery Glass is by far the best, not the cheapest. But there are lots of other makes as well. A Glass Design one here, a Stanger one there, a Beryl one there, and obviously the Pebeo one as well. All thick water-based paints. Now the other type of paint is the flowing one, and these come in both water-based and solvent-based, but they all flow. Now the water-based paints I've used sometimes, but I don't have, sorry, that should be in that collection. I don't have much success with them. They're not quite as transparent as the solvent-based paints, although they're getting closer than they used to be. The one I do use sometimes is this one, which is another paint by Pebeo, and the reason I use this is it's the only paint I've come across lately which will you can put in an oven, bake it, and then it becomes dishwasher safe. That means you can wash it up in your washing up bowl, you can put it through a dishwasher. Great for glasses, etc., because they're usable. So it's not just decorative, this one. Nice flowing paint, not quite as transparent as the solvents, but not bad. But as these can't be baked, these are other makes of water-based flowing paints, I don't see any benefit in using them. They don't do anything which a solvent-based paint can't. So normally in my general glass painting, I stick to a flowing solvent-based paint. Again, quite a few different makes here. I think they're all Pebeo ones. That's a Marabou one. That's a Decafin, and the Frankenbourgeois. All good paints. Of them, I like the Pebeo, I like the Frankenbourgeois. Of the two, again, a personal recommendation, I use the Pebeo an awful lot. And this is because not only can you get the transparent paints in the Pebeo, they also do paints with these other finishes. I will show you an example if I can find one. But you can see the examples on the box here. This is the Fantasy and this is the Moon. They're not transparent. They give these effects, almost pearlized type effect on that one, and this very mottled effect on that one. And all these paints are interchangeable. You can mix them, you can use them in the same area, etc, etc. I often use the colours together with the Fantasy Moon White, and that gives a pearl in any colour you like. So nice paints. I say I tend to use a lot of the flowing solvent-based paints in my everyday glass painting. Again, it's not dishwasher safe, but it can be washed down. That isn't a problem. There's an example there. If you excuse me turning around for a second. There's another example there, and yet another example, and you'll see I have used some of the special effect paints as well as the transparent paints. The special effect paint isn't transparent but does give a nice effect, and if you want it a section to be opaque, that is great. So for general everyday use, I recommend a flowing solvent-based paint. You get this nice smooth finish. You can also blend multiple colours in the same area and get effects like this. You can see there's a, I can't remember whether I dropped clear in there or I dropped a bit of orange. It just gives a slightly different effect on the paint. So that's the different types of paint. There's the thick paints, there's the flowing paints, and in the flowing paints there's both solvent and water-based. For general work, recommend the solvent flowing, although you can do a lot of stuff with the thick water-based as well. The one special paint, the oven bake, this is Pebeo Vitria 160, and that's great for glasses, dishes, etc. Still work on the outside, don't paint the surface which food is going to go on, but work on the outside, oven bake it, and that becomes dishwasher proof. You'll find some videos on our YouTube channel, on our website, giving individual reviews of different paints, and we'll be back answering another question very soon. If you haven't yet signed up to our newsletter, please do so. We'll let you know when there's new videos out, etc. Or join our YouTube channel. Just click the subscribe button if you're watching this on YouTube at the moment. Happy crafting!